This is Terry from Fabric Junction, and today I'm profiling quilting with the grandkids. A couple months ago, I started making quilts, no pattern, just improvising with whatever we had with my grandchildren. And who I have today is Talen, because he finished his quilt. The other ones aren't quite done yet. So he's here to tell you what he did to make his lovely quilt that he named the Greenagator. Because he likes green, right?
Yes.
Is that your favorite color?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Would you tell us what you worked with?
I used a 5-inch square and I turned it into a 4-patch.
Very good. So as you can see, he just picked out any 4 and sewed them together as he liked. And then what did we do? How did we get this? Do you remember how we got those?
We cut them the same length as these were.
Yes, we did. And to get to that, we took our tape measure because sewing with my grandchildren, they don't always keep a quarter inch. So what I did is I would measure a variety of the squares. I came up with a common number, and that's the size I cut these. As you can see, I probably didn't have Talen do much cutting. That's the reason we worked with a charm pack. But once we had all of our green eggs and ham squares done, then what did you do, Talen?
And then we sewed them together.
In
a row.
Very good. And then once we had the rows sewed together,
we sewed these ones together. Then we kept on going.
And kept going until he had all of his 4 patches and squares put together. Then the next thing we did, since this is based on the number 5, we did a simple little border. This one is a 2.5 inch, and we took one of the charms that was left over and cut it into 4 pieces. And as you can see, we put it in the corners. So he sewed on his border, and Grandma pinned the centers for him, and he had to do those long runs, didn't you? That was a long ways. And then we did
the border.
Outer border. Yes. So we took some of our scrap off of our green eggs and ham and cut 5.5 inch squares, and this is 5.5 inches here, and added it to the last border. So that once we got the top done, what happened to the quilt then?
And then we chose out something for the back.
For the back.
And then
he picked out a beautiful flannel.
And then while we were putting on the design, we put on the back with the design. Yes,
we did. So we had the quilting done, and he talked to our in-house quilters and picked out the design. Do you remember what the design was called?
Argyle.
Argyle, yes. And the only thing sewing Grandma actually did was the binding, because that is still a little bit awkward for someone Talen's age. So the goal here is, first off, Talen made a beautiful quilt out of his favorite colors. The second part is work with your grandchildren or your child or yourself. Maybe you want to start off something simple. I'm going to show you some of the instructions, or at least the yardage and the cutting. Christopher will get a close-up of that on what we used. And the reason I picked charm packs is no one had to cut for the kids to get started on their quilt. So did you have fun making the quilt, Talen?
Yes.
And did it take you forever and ever and ever?
Yes, because I took a lot of breaks during it.
That he did. He did take some breaks, but he did get it done before the rest of the grandkids did, didn't you?
Yes.
So he's my first one and did a lovely job on his quilt. So thank you for watching us, And do stop by. Sometimes you'll see Talen here. You wave by Talen. Tell him stop by and say hi. And we'd love to see your great Greenagator. I can't even say it. Will you say it for us?
The Greenagator.
Greenagator quilt that Talen made for himself. But stop by and show us what you have done with yours. Visit our website and our Facebook, etc. and etc. We'd love to hear from you. We always love to see pictures. And thank you again for watching us.